It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep, flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll run with LT to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Hey, go 66.
Second down and back to Tomlinson. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Brady. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Brady. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On is the Hall of Famer Ray Guy to punt this away on 4th down. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd down and 7. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Here's Michael Vick. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. On 4th down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last series for a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
They give it off here to the tight end. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Hall of Famer John Lynch. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Extra point try good by Gano. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Gano out to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's their third drive now, and so far we've seen them punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
Open man is Keyshawn Johnson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Brady. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. To throw, it's Brady. His throw complete right side to the tight end, Parham. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Someone moved, flag is out, that's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Brady now to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And he checks this one down to LT out of the backfield. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. To throw is Brady. Swinging this ball out here to Tomlinson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing now is Brady. Touchdown! Dave Casper, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll have 50 seconds to work with, so that really plenty of time to try to put something together. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Vic to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Vic. On 3rd down, Vic. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gimper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll bring Fitzgerald in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Vic. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys in great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Out of the gun, a run with Patterson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Ball at the 40 here for second and 5. Vic readies to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. It's a play fake. Now Vic. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football. And ultimately, could wind up costing him the ball game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Takes it to about the 37.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Vic. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody, as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And Brady's his throw there incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal. So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to make it a 2-score game. Carlson able to put this one through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. In motion left, Fitzgerald. On 1st and 10, here's Vick. And again, he'll give it to Fitzgerald. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Vick now from the 50. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. To throw again on 2nd down. Vick under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Ready, set. Cut 19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time. Vick on 4th down. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. A big play there. it's a close game again. When you're trailing in the fourth quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Now Brady. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. As they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Can we go back to the days where if you tapped your wrist as a quarterback, that just meant you're going to spike the ball? Not fake spike it and try and get something downfield. They just tried it there, and it wasn't successful, but I know what you're thinking, right?
Yeah. Dan Marino, Jets, 90s.
Yeah, without a doubt. These Dolphins got over on them. They faked the spike play, thought they were going to stop the clock, end up throwing a nice pass for a touchdown, I believe.
To throw is Brady. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Here's Ray Guy now, standing just outside his own goal line. Taken from just outside the 30. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
One last shot for Michael Vick. This for all the marbles. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And, whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Vick, blitz coming, and down he goes. Lawrence Taylor coming in from that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not well.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 3rd down, here's Patterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. Boy, that went straight out of bounds, and that will set the return team up in the red zone already. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Reggie White In there to bury him for a loss of 11. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. That is caught. It's Calvin Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Carlson is good. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. A fairly short kick from the 14. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves out that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
After the sack on first down, Vick. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Vick goes play action. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 57 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll bring Fitzgerald in motion left. On 2nd and 11 now. Vick. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Michael Vick.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He gets this one to Johnson.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Running left, it's Barkley. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, Barkley. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Rodgers again now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moss. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
From the 29, Vick. He's got a man complete. Past the 20.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Vick operating on first down. That one complete to Okoye. Touchdown! Christian Okoye, a 16-yard touchdown. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. Gano the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to look deep down the field. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So here's Vick following the interception.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 1-point game through 2 quarters as we get rolling here in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdowns to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Just too much air on the ball. That's a missed opportunity in a game where you don't have many opportunities left.
The third quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Now it's Rodgers. With a catch made by Johnson.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Rodgers to throw once more. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers.
Finds Lazard quickly on the slant.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys are going to retake the lead.
Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. success there on the two-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Pulls it in at the 13. And he returns this to the 22. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Vick. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 78 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your turkey bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Got a man, that's Lazard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now on 1st down. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Barr. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Vick. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patterson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll run with Patterson. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Off the play fake, Vick. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gonzalez. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Vick now. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Come on. Hey. Drop 50.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing again on 2nd down. Vick. He's going to get this one out to his fullback.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Play action now, Vick. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Gano's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. It's complete. Lazard.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Back to throw, Rodgers.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll send Moss in motion right. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Again, Patterson.
And a solid run down inside the 30. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Vic.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. Gano's kick is good, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
To throw is Rodgers.
Connecting with Johnson. And he'll have a first down, but a great tackle there keeps him from getting to the boundary.
Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. That is caught. It's Calvin Johnson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Down to their last chance now. This is going to have to be a heave for the end zone and just hope for a miracle.
And I don't sit back with everyone back defending. I've got to have somebody rushing the quarterback. Don't make it easy for him to set up and throw the ball all the way downfield.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered a loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting into midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line. Do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylists go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth. Hunters, real blue, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. a real one. Only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya. I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it. What can I say, man? I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line. Do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday. I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet from South Carolina to Maryland. I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up. I'm still building my resume. I still got a lot to prove, but still I'm heavyweight. I still gotta watch my moves. They tried to defamate my character, but I won't let them. It's always checkmate. I'm still screaming. The world hope she. Mother Nature's my first shorty. Watch how I go ballistic, and I'm so terrific. Accounts is copacetic. I don't need no permission, but I'm so indebted to this game that I love, and most of all to the man above. Now check me out. Now it's just that Fridays was serving the greens. Before I was popping, I was nursing my dreams. Now I ain't never been a gangster, but I know a few things. I just rather get the bag and start collecting the rings. I done spoke too much. Close curtain and scene. I am not a human being. I'm a full machine. I ain't holier than thou. I don't judge, I sing. Just staying down for the come up till I reign supreme. Let's get it. Yeah. Hit boy. You got another one. Ha. Man, y'all boys ain't ready for this, man. I'm still grinding. I'm still hungry. Hungrier than ever. I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line. Do what I gotta do. Time after time.